Hello and welcome to another episode of Rico'S Rants. I'm your host, Rico DiChurcho. Um, there's been a big gap in my rants. I'm sorry, this is a sort of a shaky cam on my mattress. Um, the reason why is because I was really, for the past 5 days, really sick with the flu. And I get it like clockwork. Every time it's fucking flu season, I'm like, I just know I'm going to get it. So first off, I want to apologize to the viewers if you guys are actually watching. There's been a delay in videos. It's not like I'm not watching movies. I couldn't talk. Like I missed a couple days of work. I just couldn't do it. And I understand the hypocrisy of me smoking while I'm coughing, but even if I'm not going to smoke, I'm still going to cough. But I will put that out. So I'm not going to do a movie rant today. What I'm going to do is I just want to tell you guys a story. And it's just an interesting story that is 100% true. I had an injury when I was 6 years old. And this is by far one of the more interesting stories I've ever told. Because I guarantee I'm the only one that this has happened to. So, this is it. When I was 6 years old, I had a zipper stuck on my eyelid. Let that sink in for just 1 second. I had a zipper stuck on my eyelid. So, I'm 6 years old, and I had this sweatshirt that was red and black and checkered. It looked like a checker. It looked like a checkers board, like a chessboard. Red and black grids and everything. And it had a hood and it had a zipper. But you had to take it off over your head. You couldn't. You had a zipper, you pulled it down, but the zipper just revealed a pouch. So that's important. So the pouch basically, like, you could put a book in or a toy or whatever. Your lunch. So I'm 6 years old. I'm in first grade, and I'm at Chabot Elementary. This is in Oakland. This is stone's throw from where I still live. And put on my lucky sweatshirt. This is my lucky sweatshirt. And I go to school. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you guys know that I wasn't popular. I was sort of a small, quiet kid. Kept to myself because I was bullied a lot. I was teased like you wouldn't believe. And so, it's now lunchtime. And the teacher had us line up outside the classroom. The classroom was in a separate building. There was small little bungalows on the campus, I guess. And those were the classrooms. It was basically just giant trailers, basically. And so we're all lined up, and we were waiting for the teacher to walk us to the cafeteria for lunch. And so the teacher, I don't know what she was doing, but we had like 10, 15 minutes by ourselves. By ourselves, just standing there waiting. And this was the perfect opportunity for all the bullies, which meant most of the fucking school, most of the class, to tease me and make fun of me and bully me. So they're doing their usual thing. And the ringleader, the one who really antagonized me, was this kid named Christian. And, it's not like I did anything to the guy. We weren't similar. We weren't friends. He just, for some reason, loved to antagonize me. I wasn't smaller than him. I wasn't bigger than him. I just was quiet and had glasses. And I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't even know if I had glasses back then. I think I was just 6, and I didn't get my glasses until I was about 8 or 9. Anyways. So he's teasing me and he's calling me names. And, they're all 6-year-old names you can come up with, pickle face and really just immature shit. But for some reason, it wasn't the words he was saying. It was him singling me out and pointing and calling me shit, and everyone else pointing and laughing. So I got really embarrassed and really humiliated. So I didn't think this through. Obviously, I just did it. I zipped the zipper down. Remember, it was just a pouch. Stuck my head in, zipped it up, and put the hood over it. So I was literally a turtle in his shell. And I can hear them all laughing and ribbing me. Now, this one kid, who I got along with the most out of all the other kids, but he was still sort of a popular kid in the class. He was he just felt bad for me, and he wanted me to sort of face my fears kind of scenario. So he zipped it down, and I'm sort of greeted to the fucking world that, at 6 years old, I was already like, what did I do to you guys? And I'm getting more teasings, and I distinctly remember this one. Christian called me penis breath. And I gotta admit, at fucking 6, man, that's pretty fucking inventive of an insult. So I was embarrassed again. Stuck my head in the pouch, zipped it up, put the hood up. This other guy, Douglas, zipped it down again, and I didn't have glasses. So I now remember I didn't have glasses. And the zipper caught on I want to say my left eyelid. I remember all of a sudden screaming and thrashing around, grabbing my face. Couldn't see anything because I was in a sweatshirt. It was dark, and I'm slamming into kids, and I'm slamming into the wall of the classroom. And I'm screaming my eye. And then I slam into my teacher. And my teacher was a short, heavy Hispanic woman named Miss Ramirez. So I smashed into something hard, and then smashed into something really soft and squishy. And she grabbed me by the hand. I knew it was her. Just, you could feel authority, you could feel adult grabbing your hand. And she led me blindly somewhere. And she sits me down after walking 5-10 minutes. And I'm in the principal's office. And these poor fucking women, these poor adults, just what happened? How did you get to this? This was not what we were expecting today. And I'm still crying and I'm freaking out. I don't know what's going on with me, but I remember very clearly saying, I have a zipper stuck on my eyelid. How did you do that, Rico? I stuck my head. I was embarrassed. They were teasing me, and I stuck a zipper got stuck on my eyelid. Now, at this point, I got tired of not being able to see. So I lift the coat over my head, but it's still attached. So it's doing this shit. So it's just stretching my eyelid out. So you can see it's like that. And it's sort of resting on my head like a weird fucked up turban. And I'm sort of I can see everybody now. And my dad was substitute teaching at a school up the hill. They call my father up and they say, Mr. DiGiorgio, your son has been in an accident. We need you to get here now. My dad shoots down. He's there within 10 minutes. And they're trying to talk to me and find out what to do. And at this point, they try to unzip it. And they're going this way, and they're going up, and it's tearing at, it's excruciating. I mean, it's excruciating for a 6-year-old. I mean, it would fuck up an adult's day, I can guarantee it. But, I mean, you don't really bounce back from that, being like, what'd you do today? I had a zipper stuck on my eyelid. How are you, Frank? Well, shit, Rico, what the fuck? So my dad shows up, and he just walks in, and he says, Rico, how the fuck did you do this? And I just said, I don't know. I have a zipper stuck on my eyelid. And my dad tried looking at it, and then I remember my dad getting in an argument with the principal and the teacher, saying, he's been bullied forever. This is what it's resort to. Like, he's got to have an injury for you guys to pay attention. Because I would come home crying almost every day. And this went on for years after this incident where I was still getting bullied. And my dad would come and pick me up after school, or sometimes in the middle of school, to like get me out of class because I'd be, bullied at lunch or something. Like, a lot of bullying. So, anyways, my dad and the principal are having an argument, and I want to say that she was like worried that there was going to be like charges pressed or something, like we're not at fault here. And my dad's like, it doesn't matter if you're at fault. He had an accident. It's an accident. We've established it's a fucking accident. I hope it never would have gotten to something as stupid as this. So my dad, like the teacher and the principal, tries zipping it. And then my dad denies this, but he pulls out a knife, meaning he had a knife in his pocket. And the principal said, you can't bring a knife to fucking school. I'm paraphrasing, but. And my dad said, what are you going to do? I'm sorry, but, like, I'm going to see if I can cut around this. And he tries cutting around, just, like, to get through, but he can't go through the zipper. Trying to see if he can get all this weight off of me and also kind of see what he's doing. And then he realizes it's inside out and upside down. So he goes the opposite direction of where they were zipping. Instead of going up, he went down and it popped off. Just, that was it. And I remember the principal or the teacher, one of them, brought me a school lunch. And I remember it clearly. It was like one of those packaged grilled cheese sandwiches that was just really just sweating cheese. And, it wasn't even a grilled cheese sandwich. It was just a steamed fucking sandwich. And it was like, I think they got me a juice and a bag of chips. I remember that. That was a school lunch when you're 6 years old. And it wasn't like I didn't have a lunch. My dad had bagged me a lunch, but I think my lunch had been, taken or thrown on the floor, or I dropped it when I was screaming, whatever. So my dad takes me to the hospital. He must have taken me to Kaiser, because I had Kaiser back then, because I was 6. And the doctor, I remember, simply just said, you might have a scar. You can take a bandage. He took a washcloth and wet it, put it on my eye, basically, and then duct taped it around my head. So I had like this weird soggy eye patch for a day or two. And then I told my dad, I'm like, can I not go to school tomorrow? He said, you don't have to go to school tomorrow. I went to school a couple days afterwards, and every kid went up to me and said, are you okay? Rico, are you okay? And it was really kind of interesting to have all this attention where all these fucking kids had bullied me and humiliated me. And now they give a shit. And for about a minute, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the attention. And they kind of gave me a nickname briefly where I wasn't penis breath and I wasn't fucking pickle face and whatever the fuck. They called me pirate. So whenever someone wants to talk about a weird injury they've had in their life, I always kind of throw out that story because that's a tough one to top. Hope you guys liked it.